Let me ask you a question. Does your mind completely go blank the second someone looks at you and says, you know, tell me a little about yourself?
Oh, totally. It is, well, the ultimate paradox. You have lived with yourself your entire life, yet suddenly you just feel like a stranger to your own biography.
Right. You just completely freeze up. Well, today we are doing a deep dive into this really fascinating mentoring session between a student, Emily, and her mentor, Daniel.
Yeah, and our mission here is to extract this kind of ultimate cheat sheet for personal introductions to really help you conquer that introduction anxiety using a simple, adaptable framework.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because a good introduction is essentially like um, a conversational skeleton. You just need to know how to dress it for the right occasion.
I love that analogy. And Daniel starts Emily off with the absolute baseline bones of that
No,
skeleton.
and the standard stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. It is a progression we all recognize: greeting, name, location, and then education or job.
But wait, there is a very specific grammatical trap he points out here, right?
Right.
Like, never say myself and then your name. Like, myself, John.
Oh, yeah, never do that. It sounds so unnatural. Always just stick to I'm or my name is. And he also points out this really subtle nuance with locations.
Oh, right, the Chicago example.
Yeah, like there is a big difference between saying I am originally from Chicago, which means you were born there, versus I grew up in Chicago, where you actually spent your childhood.
That is such a good distinction. But honestly, we all know these basic components, right? So why does this rigid structure matter so much?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, having a predictable structure drastically reduces your cognitive load.
Because when that spotlight hits you, your brain just kind of shuts off.
Exactly. When you are nervous trying to invent a narrative on the fly, well, it causes intense decision fatigue.
So you just panic.
Right. But by relying on a set skeleton, you basically offload the what to say part of your brain entirely.
Leaving you free to focus on how you are saying it and actually reading the room, which
Yeah.
is huge.
Absolutely.
But having that skeleton is useless if you put the wrong clothes on it, you know? Like, telling a hiring manager about your weekend basketball league is not just awkward, it
Yeah.
completely derails things.
Yeah, context dictates the outfit. So in a casual setting, like a party, your hobbies are the star of the show.
Right, they act as conversation starters.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Mentioning you love basketball or traveling, you are handing the other person social currency. You are giving them an easy hook to say, oh, I love basketball too. Who is your team?
But in a job interview, you strip all that away. You just skip hobbies and family entirely unless they ask.
Exactly. Keep it professional.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Daniel advises Emily on how to handle that dreaded, what is your greatest weakness question.
Oh, right. The classic interview trap.
Yeah, and he suggests spinning it professionally, like admitting you sometimes spend way too much time making sure your work is perfect.
Which is, wait, that is kind of the oldest cliche in the book, isn't it?
It totally is. If I tell a recruiter I'm just, too much of a perfectionist, they are going to see right through that. It sounds completely fake.
They absolutely will roll their eyes. But the nuanced takeaway from Daniel's advice is not to use a fake weakness.
Okay, so what is it then?
It is about demonstrating the mechanism of growth. So you shouldn't just say, oh, I am a perfectionist.
Right.
You should identify a genuine professional bottleneck. Like maybe you struggle to delegate tasks early in a project.
Ah, and then you follow it up with how you fixing it.
Yes, immediately follow it with the active steps you are taking to improve that flaw.
That makes so much more sense. It shows real self-awareness and problem solving, not just some canned PR response.
Exactly. And speaking of canned responses, Daniel gives Emily a really crucial warning about the psychology of delivery.
Let me guess. Speak slowly.
Yes, speak slowly, but also, whatever you do, do not memorize your introduction word for word.
See, that feels entirely backward to me. If I am anxious, my very first instinct is to write a script and just memorize it flawlessly.
Right, to protect yourself.
Exactly.
It is a natural defense mechanism for sure, but biologically, it is a massive trap. Under stress, your brain often experiences what we call a mild amygdala hijack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that stress response restricts access to your prefrontal cortex, which is exactly where that rote word-for-word script is stored.
So if you forget one single word like a preposition, you just freeze.
Completely.
Because it is like driving on train tracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's an unexpected detour, like maybe the person interrupts to ask a quick question, your train completely derails.
You can't steer at all. That is a perfect way to put it.
So what is the alternative?
Instead, Daniel tells her to rely strictly on bullet points. Name, location, job, goals.
Just the core concepts.
Yeah, because bullet points rely on associative memory, which is far easier for your anxious brain to recall under stress.
Oh, I love that. So instead of rigid train tracks, bullet points give you an off-road vehicle. You can navigate around interruptions and actually sound like a human being.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean?
Well, it means that effective communication is not about having a flawless script or, perfect English.
It is about understanding the mechanics of human interaction.
Right. When you lean on structure rather than memorization, you basically give yourself the psychological safety net you need to just start speaking.
The skeleton does the heavy lifting, and you just have to give it a voice. Which leaves us with a final challenge for you to ponder today.
Oh, this is a good one.
Imagine you have exactly 10 seconds to introduce yourself right now, but you